really an awesome company in the fact that they give you all these great battery operated tools that really work. That's the first thing. They're not just battery operated so that they sort of work. These really do work. The other thing is that once you have kind of like the basic part and it comes with this 24-volt battery, now this one, what's really neat about this one is you get the basic part and the 24-volt battery, but then you're going to get 3 different pieces. And I actually, where's the third piece? We'll have to get that. No, these are, oh, there it is. I didn't see that down there. I can't see out from the table. Okay, so here's what you're getting. You're getting a blower. So this is your blower. You're also getting a trimmer. And obviously it's got a sheath on it right now for safety, and so you've got the trimmer. And then what's down there is actually your pole saw that you just saw them cutting the tree limb with. And so there again, you've got a sheath to keep it safe and all that and protected, but that's your pole cutter. You also get oil to use for your things, and you also get a pair of safety glasses. Now, there's 3 colors available. This is the red. Then we have blue, and then the black is very limited. So if you want the black, we've got like less than a dozen, and then we have that blue. So if you want to get that, you can. Oh, Sean Pickford is going to join us. I love Sunjoe. My husband has several Sunjoe items. And one of the things I love about it is that you can switch the battery from piece to piece, but we'll get into that. How you doing, Sean?
I'm doing great. So sorry, all I have is a green sample here. I know the green sold out.
That's okay.
So, but they all work the same. And as you said, they're real tools. So this one is a real chainsaw that you put that battery on, that it telescopes out. And just to show you, I'll hold this up here close. We'll push the buttons. All right. And you can see it's easy to handle. It's lightweight, yet it's really balanced. But what it allows me to do is it allows me to cut branches up high, branches down low that might be in the sticker bushes or the poison ivy. And I'm far enough away from that chainsaw blade. So for someone that like me, I know how to use a real chainsaw, but maybe you're intimidated.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is easy.
Intimidated.
So this has the pivot built in there, so it makes it easier for you to use. So, and it telescopes out. So right now it's about, I'm 6 feet tall, so it's a little under 6 feet. So if I push this handle and raise this up, I will actually just about hit my ceiling. Okay, so you can see I get another 2 feet. So I have 14 feet of reach where my feet can be on the ground, where I can saw something, and it's real easy to do.
Right.
So
now here's the other thing. You obviously get the trimmer and the blower, and they're easy to put together too. You know, like even just taking this, I'll give it a shot. I haven't actually done it. Well, there you go. That was how easy that was. And
well, that's it. It's plug and play. It couldn't be any easier.
And then basically, the one other thing, talk about the safety part on the handle here so that you can't run it until you've actually, you have to push 2 things. You have to push this forward and then push this.
Yeah, that's what you have to do. So there's a safety button on everything we have, especially when it has a blade on it. So you can release that one thing after you push this guy in and get it started, then you can release it so you don't have to hold that the whole time. But this is great because it's 3 tools in one, but it doesn't take up the space of 3 tools or, you know, be all over your garage. I use the blower a whole lot around my house. I'm going to have to trim some trees because we had a little bit of damage from the high winds last week. But I love the pole hedge trimmer too because I have a lot of bushes and shrubs and plants. And it's a great way to make everything look professionally landscaped without the professionally landscaped price.
Right,
So,
well, that's for sure. Speaking of price, I should just tell you, you're saving $40 by buying it right now at a sale price. And honestly, these sale prices come and go. And because this is like an all-day garden day on QVC2, that's why you're getting some really awesome sale prices and clearance prices and clearance sale prices and things like that. So here's the way I look at it. For $181, you're not only getting the power and what I would call the guts right here, but you're also getting the blower, the trimmer, and the pole saw. So what a cool gift to give to, someone else in the family who's doing the outdoor work. Give it to yourself, because if you're the one doing outside work, you might as well make your work a little bit easier, right?
Well, that's the great thing about it. 24-volt lithium-ion battery power is really strong, really powerful. So I have gas tools that were like this. When they started to go bad, I got rid of them because these work so much better. There's so much less maintenance with these.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have to add a little bit of oil to the chainsaw part, but I don't have to worry about a spark plug and the gasoline and pulling that handle saying, please start, please start.
Right.
As soon as you hit the button on this one, it starts. So my nephew just bought a home. He doesn't know it yet, but I'm getting him one of these sets for his home because he's got so many things around the house. He's like, oh, I'm going to need so many tools. Yeah. So it was just like, ding, ding, ding. There's a great gift for somebody that has a new home. And let's face it, it's going to warm up here on the weekend about 50 degrees. Maybe you want to do a little yard work. Yeah. So this is a great way to do it.
Now, let me just ask you, because you know better, how much would it cost me to buy a blower, to buy a trimmer, to buy a pole saw? And I know we sell the pole saws by themselves. And a lot of times they're like, I'm going to guess at like 120, 140, I don't know. But like you start adding it up to buy all those three tools. And first of all, you wouldn't get they'd either be electric and they'd have to have a plug-in and you're tethered to a wire. But these, you don't have to do that because it's all battery operated.
Yeah, that's the great thing about it. And some of the best vacuum cleaners nowadays, some of the best cars are battery powered. So why shouldn't the tools transition to that? That's what we've done at Sunjo to do that. They're really powerful. It's a real chainsaw. It's a real hedge trimmer. It's a real blower. And as you said, if you bought all three of them, you'd pay a whole lot more money for them. Yeah, it's got a lot of power. So I love that blower because I can actually clean the gutters with the blower because I can position the head down.
Yeah.
So,
oh, you can? So how do you do that?
So there's a little button,
this
little circle
thingy
here.
Yeah, this here. Oh,
yeah, so press it.
Sweet.
Right.
Look at that. You can put it at any of these little, you can because it ratchets a little bit. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's the great thing about it. So you can use the blower in any different position. You can do that with the hedge trimmer as well. Now, as far as the pole saw, it only goes to about, maybe 45 degrees.
Right.
But that's just to give you a better angle. So when you're reaching up higher and reaching into something, it's a little easier to position that blade exactly where you need it. But I love that it telescopes because you know what? I have ladders and I love my little giant ladder.
Right.
But I don't want to be hanging on a ladder using a chainsaw.
Oh, no.
So for me, this is much better off. My wife is much happier. So, that's what counts.
Happy wife, happy life, as they say.
There you go. Right.
So here's the thing. If I can figure this out, anybody can figure this out. So this right here, when I lift that up, it's kind of like wherever it's red with the little handles, then it does something. So if I open that up, I lift that up, then hang on a second, I got to grab it here. Then I can
you just slide
extend
that out.
it. All right, and that extends by what, about another 1.5 feet or so?
Yeah, about 18 inches.
Okay,
right, exactly.
And then if I want to I can lock that into place at any point, along that. But right now I'm going to bring it back down. This is what you're going to use to insert the different heads, whether it's the blower, the trimmer, the pole saw, and it locks into place right here. So now if I want to take this out, all I have to do is pinch these two little red things right here. Got to have that up. Pinch this, and then I can pull it out. But I think I got to, there you go. I just had to get a little torque on it. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. So, I mean, it's so much easier to just exchange the heads instead of having three different tools where you got to, go back in, fire one up. It's plug and play all the time. Yeah. We've made them really easy to use. So I use them all the time. I've used my hedge trimmer hanging out the second-story window because I have pine trees that grew along the side of the house. And every time we had a storm, it'd be like someone scratching at the window. I'm like, I can fix that. I have the right tool. So I was able to trim all that away. It was awesome.
Well, here's the thing. If you want the black, we have about 6 left. If you want the blue, we've got that left, about 3 dozen. And then in the red, a few or more, like fewer than about 75 of these to go around. And I'm going to remind you, this sale price is not going to be here long, but you're saving $40 by buying it today. And what a great item. I think that honestly, I'll have to talk to my hubby, but I think he would love to have that one. Even though he's got other Sun-Joes, he could mix and match them. Because you can use the battery, Sean, with other Sun-Joes, right?
Yes, as long as it says 24V, there's 70 different tools we have on QVC that use that same battery.
Amazing. Sean, have a great night.
All right, we'll see you a little later.
Okay. In the meantime, we've got our